Okay, I just want to cover something that's the funny. It's the part that not people talk about, and obviously, it's the toiletry stuff of this operation. I'll just turn around so I can talk to the camera. Probably be better. So, I've had a problem where I had my gallbladder out and I couldn't pee for about 2 days, and they put the catheter up there if they have to. And to be honest, I didn't want to do it. So that 15-year operation ago, I was able to, the last minute, they do an ultrasound for your bladder, and I got to 78%, and then you have to put a catheter in. I managed to dribble out some pee at that time, so I got out of that unscathed. But when I woke up from the operation, I'll talk about that in another video, another episode, I had the tube up the penis hole, and it's quite a thick tube, and anyway, I didn't have to worry, just peed all day and it was great. When it came to getting it out, I'll warn you, the first tug is really, really sore. It's like being reverse stabbed because it's got a bit of congenial growth or whatever, contact on it, because it's been there for about 2 days. So just hold your breath and it's going to be about 9 out of 10 pain. It's going to really, really nearly pass you out. So that's the first thing. Then it goes, comes out. Now, I had problems again trying to pee. So we into the second day and I had a 3/4 bladder and I managed to finally pee. So some of the secrets you can do is run your hand under warm water while you actually are trying to pee. You'll get it all the way down to the head of your penis and you just won't come out. But finally, through massaging the sort of prostate area and pulling the shaft of your penis, you can manipulate it. And with the warm water, I managed to start dribbling out. And finally, I got it all out and I didn't have to get a re-catheter to go up there. I was just so relieved. Number two is number twos. They'll give you lots of stuff to have an upset tummy to clear it all out. And you'll do a lot of, very fast things like that. Going to the toilet with double knees is the most important thing to talk about. Once you get to a point like I am, I'm quite advanced in the top 3% of recovery so far, they're telling me. I can hobble over there with the frame and you got to manipulate your pants down and sit in the toilet. But I found using the little green thing to pee in was a lot easier, and then pouring that down the toilet and just using the sit down device chair they put around the toilet for doing the second ones, number twos. And you can access everything to clean yourself. It's no problem. You can turn around. So it's just something you got to be aware of. You got to be ready for that when you feel like you want to go. And it does take about 35 to 40 seconds to get up on the frame and walk around. So be mindful of that. But make sure your bowels and your bladder are always clean, especially when you're doing exercises and stuff. So that's the little toilet talk. I won't mention that again, but obviously don't be alarmed. It is annoying, and it's pretty annoying. Now the pain at the moment on my knees, the morphine automatic injectors, dispensers are working like a dream, but the pain's gone from pretty much one after the operation, and just loose soft knees, and can bend back to 120-degree angle, and also 95 to 100 on the other ankle, the other knee. They've now filled up with fluid, which is natural, and I'm only getting a 90 and an 80 bend at the moment degree, but that will drain. So I've got the bed now draining, and I've got ice packs on. That will definitely start draining that fluid. I think the intense stuff will be when I get to the rehab center, where they'll be draining it a lot, and I'll be doing some pretty intense stuff. But you do get the next level of pain. Now, I'll say the pain now is going to about 6 when you're laying down, 5 or maybe 4 when you're laying down, to 6 when you go to stand, to about 8 when you're standing initially, to nearly 9. But then what happens as you start walking, the body handles that pain and it goes back to about 6 or 5. Double knee replacement is not for the lighthearted, and I recommend you getting double knee. Don't go for one knee for 2 reasons. One, they'll only make it the same height as your other bent knee, and you'll be the same height, if not shorter. If you go double knee, they've got to put them both in, and I gained about nearly 3/4 of an inch in height, which was great. So do double knees, and you won't come back for a second knee if you get one knee done. I swear you won't. So just do it. Last thing to talk about, waking up with anaesthetic. My daughter was with me, my mum, and I was in intensive care, and I was in recovery. I had the first pre-op, and I was relaxed, and I was just talking to the anaesthetist, and I was just laying there and I was blinking, I was thinking about stuff, and I dropped off for a second, then opened, dropped off again, and then I blinked. I swear I blinked. I just blinked. And when I opened my eyes, it was like 1 second. My daughter was holding my hand and she said, "Dad, you've been done." And I couldn't talk. I went, "Well, it can't possibly be done." I just blinked. I just blinked. I looked down and I was done. It's that fast. The epidural they give you, I recommend doing it. It numbs the body and you get a very basic anaesthetic to not damage your body, because anaesthetics are not good for bodies, especially over 60. My incredible doctor, Dr. Jamie Calder, as the anaesthetist, he went for pretty much the epidural in the spine. Scary stuff. I didn't expect that was going to happen, but it worked like a dream. So I got glaucoma and I didn't want to have any more damage to the eye, and that can happen when you have an anaesthetic. Now, my surgeon, the master, the gifted man, Dr. Julian, who's performed 1,650 of these robotic arm surgeries, and he's probably pioneered it. I think he pretty much did. And he's very humble, but very, very serious and very intense and very high IQ. And when I first met him, I thought, this is the man. He is onto this. He's just focused. And Dr. Calder, the anaesthetist, said that he takes great pride in his work. He's obsessive, and that's the man I want. So if you want to book him with Dr. Julian, I highly recommend it. He is an amazing surgeon. He should have the word professor in front of him. Now, the modern day technology of robotic arm far outweighs the old-fashioned guards and multifunctional tools that the older guys are using, for two reasons. It's less blood, less scar, and quicker recovery, and less pain. But they've got to have the machine. The Mako Stryker robotic arm machine is incredible. It's worth $2 million just as a router that has boundaries that can't go anywhere else. You can fit it into a small slit. I urge you to watch a video of someone being done through the Stryker websites for Mako robotic arm. It's quite incredible. So yes, it's price-wise. I won't talk about prices because that's all quite private, but it was probably $3,000 cheaper than my first quote 10 years ago with the old-fashioned method. That's how much it's cheaper, and you'll get it done under $11,000 in Australian dollars. That's it. This video at 2025 in April. But of course, things go up and things change. So yeah, and that's not just Dr. Yu's price. That's generally the price of a robotic arm surgery. And you'll have to discuss that with the surgeon and your particular circumstance. If you've got pre-duff stuff that has bolts or adjustments in there, or you've got pre-knee replacement work, or even just reconstruction of your knee, that's going to be a longer operation. And speaking of which, mine was 3 hours and 22 minutes. You don't get a video or tape of it. That's just, you could probably ask for it if you want to, I don't know. But that's the whole up to the journey of the third day, and tomorrow it's a whole new day. So what I love is I stand up now and I have no pain like a knife in my knee. It's just gone. I've literally changed my personality. I'm happy, I'm bubbly, I've got my personality back. Otherwise, you're a bear in the forest with 2 thorns in your paws, and you're a grumpy old thing. Get it done. We'll come back next video. I'll talk to you about more stuff.